Hello again. My name is Shay, and welcome back to learning how to manifest good things in your waking daily life through the things that you dream about. Today, we are going to be discussing luck and the things that you should be dreaming about in order to receive more luck in your daily life. If you want more context, I highly recommend that you go back to my part 1, which was about health, to really get a deep dive into some more information about this. But I'm going to go ahead and get started. So, acorns, any acorns in your dream in any form. Adam and Eve. So there is another section where it is Adam or Eve. To have the most luck, you want to dream about Adam and Eve. Albatross. This is a bird that you will dream about in any given situation, in any form, in any way. You will give alms. Now, there is another section where you can give or receive, or you're begging for it. But if you want more luck in your life, you give alms in your dreams. Anchovies, any form of anchovies. Argue, this is nightmare territory. So the bigger, the more aggressive the argument, the better. But this is more nightmare territory, like we discussed in the health section part 1 video. But if you do argue in your dreams, it needs to be the argument of arguments. Appreciation, you will show your appreciation. You're not receiving appreciation, you just show how much you appreciate everything in your dreams. An audience, you need to be a member. So you're not on center stage. You are never on center stage. You are never the one that is up trying to entertain a crowd. You are simply a member of the audience. You are watching someone else. Avalanche, be buried in it. This is nightmare territory. So the deeper you are buried, the better. You do need to survive this. So again, if you intentionally have a nightmare about being buried in an avalanche, you need to live through it and be very deeply buried. Now, you are not watching an avalanche. You're not seeing any snowfall. None of that. Remember, if I don't talk about it, try not to dream about it. Bananas are growing. You only watch bananas grow. You're not eating them. You're not serving them. Nothing else. You are only watching bananas grow. Barn, go in. Now, many times when I tell you about buildings, like you'll either see a building or in this case, you will go inside the building. I need you to remember that once you step inside the building, it needs to be a different scene. So it doesn't need to be a typical barn on the inside. It needs to be it needs to transfer into a garden or into a flowing river or just anything else. But once you do step inside the barn, it is no longer a barn. Beards, the fuller, the better. So everybody's got this big, giant, long beard that they have. Everybody has big beards. Every day is your birthday or someone else's birthday. We're always celebrating birthdays in our dreams. You receive a blessing from a priest. You receive no blessings from anyone else but priests. You don't watch anybody else get blessed by a priest or blessed by anyone. You get blessed by a priest. Bowling, any form of bowling, you can watch it, you can play it. Your brother needs to behave badly. So if you have an evil brother like I do, then this is just going to be, you just have your brother in your dream. But if you have a good brother, he is now bad. Buffaloes, all buffaloes need to be white. If you are burned, you are only burned on your hands or feet. There is no other place on your body that you're burned. Nobody else is a burn victim. No, you see nobody else with burns. If you are burned, it needs to be on your hands and feet. And again, this is nightmare territory. So your hands and feet need to be catastrophically burned. Again, the worse it is, the better you're going to have in waking life. But again, I do not want you to have nightmares on purpose. So this is just simply information. If you choose to try and have a nightmare on purpose, that one's on you. We then have cake. You will eat cake. You do nothing else with cake but eat it. If you see a cat in your dream, it is black only, and you chase it away. It is very important that you chase this black cat away. Now, you're not dreaming about your cats. You're not dreaming about an alley cat. You're not dreaming about cats in any other color. It is a black cat, and you chase that cat away. Now, something that I didn't bring up in my health part 1 series is a lot of superstitions translate into what you should also be dreaming about, but in a little bit different of a way. So I know in American superstition, black cats are bad, no, even though the rest of the world, black cats are fine, and it's actually a good omen to own one. So you will see that superstitions do somewhat flow over into what you should and shouldn't be dreaming about, but not in the way that you would think. Cheated. If you are cheated, you need to be cheated on. You are not the cheater. You are being cheated on. Cows need to be grazing. If you see a crocodile, you need to be chased or threatened by this crocodile. Debts, you need to pay them. So if you pay debts in your dream, you will pay debts in reality. We have disasters. The worse, the better. This is, again, nightmare territory. So if you have a disaster in your dream, it needs to be the most horrific disaster you have ever witnessed in waking or dreaming life. It needs to be a horrifying nightmare disaster. The worse it is, the better off you will be. Diseases. Everyone else but you has a disease. So it is always someone else with a disease. It is never you. You need to maintain your health. Sorry, I have a mint in my mouth, and I am really excited about doing this whole series. So I just started videoing anyway, despite that, but that's what's happening. Dogs. All dogs need to be white, and later on, I will tell you that all dogs also need to be friendly. Doorknobs. So just pay attention to all the doorknobs. Ducks in any form. If you exercise in your dream, that needs to be the best exercise in your entire dreaming life. You need to enjoy that exercise. Groceries, you buy them. The more groceries you buy, the better. You need to have so many carts full. You buy the grocery store. Buy groceries at the grocery store. Just buy them all. Wipe the grocery store out. Okay. Hares, which are like rabbits, in case you didn't know. Haystacks are full. Heather, so specifically white heather flowers, are the best omen, but any heather flowers will do. Hedges, if you see hedges in your dreams, you cut them. Horn, this is horn the instrument or horn from an animal. Any horns are fine. Hose. If you see a hose, you squirt water from it. So remember, we're trying to have the best, most fun dream of our life. And you know what? Have a blast. Squirt water from that hose like you're a child. Have fun with it. Okay, we have hunchback. If you see a hunchback, you touch it. Dreams are meant to be weird and random. And no, you would not do this in real life. But if you see a hunchback in your dream, touch the hunch. We have iron. So this is not iron like the what you iron your clothes with. This is iron, the metal. Everything made of iron. Ivory, same thing. Everything made of ivory. Anything ivory. Jail cell. If you see a jail cell, you need to be inside of it. Nobody else is inside of it. You are inside of the jail cell. You do not see it from the outside. You are in it on the inside. Now, this can be nightmare territory if you choose to go that direction, or it could just be, I just woke up in a jail cell, what am I doing here? And you walk right out. But if you see a jail cell, you are inside of the jail cell. Jewelry, give or receive it. It is very important that this jewelry is real. It cannot be fake. It cannot be costume. It needs to be real jewelry in your dreams that you are giving or receiving. Knight, so like a knight in shining armor, a knight in any form is a wonderful omen. Laborer, see a man do heavy work. So this man, it cannot be a woman. This man needs to be lifting something so heavy that he needs help with it and doesn't have help, and he is struggling to work. It's as hard as it can get, and he is alone in it, and he's a hard working man. So this laborer dude needs to be struggling to work on whatever it is he's working on. He needs to be sweating, red in the face, just working hard. Ladders in real life, do not walk under a ladder. That is bad juju superstition. But in your dreams, walk under every ladder. Or it needs to be a step ladder. You can't walk under step ladders, but just have step ladders in your dream. And if you see actual ladders in your dream, walk under all of them. Do not do that in real life. But I'm also extraordinarily superstitious, but I'm doing something like this. So like, what did you expect? Leather. So anything made of leather, you can be sewing leather, anything leather. Milk, especially your mama's milk. I know that's gross. That's so gross. But dream about drinking your mama's milk, like especially if it's straight from the. Mole needs to be round on the body. This is not the animal. We will get to that in another section. But a mole on your body, anywhere on your body, do not make it hairy. Just a nice, round, pretty mole on your body, like a beauty mark. Think about like Marilyn Monroe's mole, except bigger and rounder. Mud. You can do anything in mud. You can play in it. You can throw it. The only thing you do not do, no. Do not walk in mud. You can watch other people play in mud. Everything can be muddy. Not your feet. You do not walk in mud. Nakedness. Be naked. Be absolutely buck naked in every single dream from here forward. You are the only one naked. No one else is naked but you. Old people. Everyone is so old. Everyone is as old as dirt. The older, the better. Opals. Any opals. Orchards need to be in full, beautiful bloom. It needs to be the most gorgeous orchard you have ever seen in your dreams. Parsley, eat it. Eat parsley straight. Just straight parsley, eat it. Pin. You need to find a pin. The theory behind this is if you can find a pin, you can find anything in life. Rabbits. Any type of rabbits. If you are in a raffle, you win every raffle in your dreams. Every raffle in your dreams, you are the winner. Rainbows. So yes, we do want to see rainbows coming out of unicorns' asses. Yes, we do. Reindeer. We also want to see rainbows coming out of reindeer asses, and any form of reindeer whatsoever. You can ride it, you can stroke it. Reward. You will receive rewards in your dreams. You're not giving them, you are only receiving them. Roast. So this is roasting someone as in a comedy. This is also a pot roast. You're roasting something. Any type of roast you can do. Rope, climb one. So if you see rope, you climb it. Something else that I did not discuss in my health video is a lot of things as far as ascending or moving up means you're going to ascend or move up into your life. So you're also going to notice that theme as I do this as well. Sacks, all of these sacks are full. So this is your bags. Now in another video I did explain that there are very specific things that need to be empty, which I will tell you about. But in this case, all sacks need to be full. Shirts, all of your shirts are clean. Everybody else's shirt is clean. Stealing, you need to do it and you need to get caught. Every dream you have, please get caught stealing. Do not steal in real life. That is bad juju karma. But in your dreams, you can get away with anything. Except don't get away with it. You need to get caught. So steal something from somebody and immediately get caught for it. Swimming. You also need to swim naked. Remember, you stay naked. Trays are full. Trees are healthy and in bloom. This is the most gorgeous, healthy, beautiful tree we've ever seen. Turkeys, you will kill it. So this is nightmare territory. If I tell you to kill an animal, it needs to be as gruesome and brutal as possible. Still don't recommend you dream about nightmares, but here we are. Vases are only made of China. They're not made of glass. They're not made of plastic. Vases are only made of China. Vines in bloom. So I talked in another video about how we may see some contradictions. There was another one where the vines are supposed to be wrapping around a tree. In this scenario, so long as the vines are in bloom, they can be absolutely anywhere. What a waiter or a waitress in a hotel. So you only see waiters and waitresses in hotels. You don't talk to them, you don't interact with them. They are simply there in the hotel. But this is an exceptionally good omen. So you do want to see waiters and waitresses in a hotel, but you can't order from them, you can't talk to them, none of that. Water, cold and drink it. So if you're in a river, if you're on a lake, it's cold. You also want to drink all the water that you see in your dream. You need to try and drink all the water, and it needs to be as cold as possible. The colder, the better. If you don't plan on drinking the water, it still needs to be cold. And then wrestlers, you will see them. So you can see them wrestle. You can just see a wrestler. I know that I have notes underneath that, but that is for another section. We are completed with this section. The next section we are going to go over is probably one of the longest sections, or the longest section, which is money, wealth, prosperity, success, business, etc., things like that. So I will see you in that video. Please remember to press all the buttons for me. Thank you so much. Peace out. Feel much love. Bye-bye.